The Dogs were barking once again last week in Week 15 action of the NFL regular season, going 11-4-1 against the spread. They have now won the money in Vegas 6 of the past 8 weeks, a stretch in which the underdogs are 69-49-3 versus the odds makers. For the season, 11 games over 500. Hi guys, Al DeMarco here, general manager and lead handicapper of the world's largest online sports handicapping community. Every Sunday throughout the regular season, heck, every single Saturday and Sunday throughout the Super Bowl, I'm going to be right here with you, giving you your breakdown for your NFL action from a point spread perspective. As I always say, when underdogs are winning, and they have certainly been barking big time in Vegas, as I just told you, 6 of the past 8 weeks, only 2 things happen, and they're both bad news. 1, bookmakers are making one hell of a lot of money, and 2, gamblers are usually losing their shirts. A couple of other interesting trends before we get to the first of your 2 breakdowns today. Road teams 10-5-1 against the spread last week. For the season, they are 15 games over 500. And if you think about it, why are road teams doing so well? Underdogs are generally the road team, so it only makes sense. The other really phenomenal trend, one that I never really have seen playing out like this in my 25 so years in this business, the success of straight-up winners versus the odds makers. The straight-up winners last week went 10-5-1 against the spread. For the season, through 15 weeks of play, they are 175 in terms of wins, 46 losses and 3 pushes, 79% winners. So if you can pick the straight-up winners in advance, guys, if it was that easy, you've got the point spread winner for 79% of your games this year. First game today we're going to take a look at is going to be the Green Bay-Seattle contest. Well, you know, guys, if you follow me, I ride the Packers almost every single week. Had them again last week. I've taken them 5 straight weeks. I've gone 4-0-1 against the spread in that streak. Now, the Packers had their 5-game straight-up winning streak snapped thanks to Ben Roethlisberger's phenomenal pass with a minute to play, or a second to play, actually, I should say, in Pittsburgh last week. But still, even though they had that 5-game winning streak snapped, overall, their last 6 games, they are 5-0-1 against the spread. In that stretch, Aaron Rodgers, 282 yards average passing, 12 touchdown passes. The offense is humming, 26 points or more in 9 of the Packers' last 12 games. And Rodgers at home this year, 66% completions, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And he's going to be taking on a Seattle pass defense that is ranked 29th in the league, and they've got a very small secondary. And listen, guys, Seattle can't play on the road. I've told you that many times this year. 1-6 both straight up in ATS on the road, where they're giving up 30 points a game on average this season. And their pass defense on the road is even worse. First of all, they've got 12 sacks in 7 road games. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers is not going to feel the heat, even though he plays behind probably the worst offensive line in NFL. Secondly, they're giving up 71% completions on the road, 290 yards average passing on the road, and their secondary has been scorched for 15 touchdown passes, coming up with just 4 interceptions. And the Seahawks last week probably hit their all-time low, losing to 1-12 Tampa at home, 24-7, game that they were thoroughly outclassed in the second half on their home field. They are 0-5 this season, both straight up and against the spread versus winning teams. Meanwhile, Green Bay, 7-2 straight up and against the spread versus losing teams this year. I think you know which way I'm going here, guys. You lay the big wood and you go with the Green Bay Packers. Now, guys, listen. I want to talk to you a moment about Golden Nugget. You know, the Golden Nugget Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, we are running in conjunction with them a free contest where we are giving away every 30 days a High Rollers Getaway Weekend to one lucky winner. And what you will receive is a High Roller Suite at the Golden Nugget. And let me tell you guys, Golden Nugget just opened their brand new Rush Tower. What a phenomenal place. Just posh, luxurious. What a great place in downtown Vegas to stay. Not only do you get a High Roller Suite for the weekend, you also get VIP limo treatment, transportation to and from the airport, VIP check-in, no waiting in lines for you, and you get 2 free tickets to the Gordy Brown Show at the Golden Nugget as well. Now, guys, listen, the Golden Nugget is where I stay. It's where I've played for years. What I like about it, it's like what Vegas used to be in terms of the feel and the atmosphere, but it's got all the modern amenities, all the luxury that you want when you go to Vegas. No phony volcanoes, no phony people like you find up and down the Strip. That's what I love about the Golden Nugget. And what you're going to like about this contest is no purchases necessary. Go to the top of the page. You're going to see the little link. You're going to just go click there and enter your email address and your name. And guys, every 30 days, we're giving away a free High Rollers Getaway Weekend with the Golden Nugget Hotel Casino in Las Vegas. Next game I want to talk about is Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Steelers, a little less than a field goal favorite at home in this one, depending on where you're shopping around. Of course, Baltimore was my best bet last week at home against the Chicago Bears. They have won 2 in a row, but let's remember, they've won those 2 games by a margin of 79-10, but it came against the Lions and the Bears, the 2 cellar dwellers of the NFC North. Now, in the first meeting at Baltimore, you may recall that was that Sunday night game. Ben Roethlisberger was out, so they had to start Dennis Dixon, and the Ravens just barely got by 20-17 in overtime. Now, they may be once again without starting safety Ed Reed for a 4th consecutive game. And they also lost their starting cornerback in last week's win against the Bears. Remember what Pittsburgh did last week, the Green Bay's injury-riddled secondary. They flooded the zone with 4 wide receivers. Sometimes they sent tight end Heath Miller out as well. It was an all-out assault. And what happened? Green Bay couldn't handle it. And the Packers were the #1 ranked statistical defense coming into that game. Ben Roethlisberger, 503 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. I think they do the same, and they pick on this injury-riddled Baltimore secondary. Ravens in division road games this year, 215 yards total and 6 first downs in a loss at Cincinnati, 274 yards and 14 first downs in that horrific 16-0 Monday night game at Cleveland that they won. It's the home finale for Pittsburgh. I say you go with the Steelers. They play with pride. Go ahead and buy down the hook, too, guys, for insurance, so you lay no more than 3 in this contest. Now, as far as my best bets, I just gave you the 2 free picks. My best bet, guys, well, I did it again last Sunday. I just told you, cashed in with the Baltimore Ravens. That was my 5th consecutive Sunday 15-dime best bet winner. In fact, I am 7-2 in the NFL over the past 4 weeks. The NFL run over the past 2 years. Well, how about, guys, 43-24-1 for a net profit of 347 dimes in my pocket and in yours. Today, I've got another one of those 15-dime plays. Once again, I've won 5 straight Sundays with this play. I am, over the past 2 years with these releases now, an incredible 21-6-2. And this is my one and only 2009 NFL mismatch of the year. I'm telling you, I don't know what the odds makers were thinking when they priced this particular game, but this one is a wire-to-wire cover for my team. It is the one game I'm playing today. It's the one game I think you should play today. And once again, it's my 6th consecutive Sunday best bet winner. Get it now right here online. Before we go, a couple of other games I just want to quickly note and a couple of trends to let you be aware of. New Orleans, of course, looking to rebound from suffering its first loss, laying 2 touchdowns at home against Tampa Bay. You know the Saints are 2-20 against the spread as a division home favorite of 5 or more points. They're 0-8 as a division home favorite off an upset loss. Tampa, meanwhile, won at Seattle. I just told you last week, 24-7. They have covered 5 of the last 6 in the series. They're 5-1-1 against the spread as a division road dog. So something to be aware of. Be a little cautious if you're thinking about laying the points with the Saints. Atlanta laying some big points at home against the Bills. You realize the Bills 15-3 against the spread after playing New England. But then again, the Falcons are 5-0 straight up at home this year, 4-1 ATS when laying points as a home chalk. Cincinnati and Kansas City. Everybody's going to be on the Bengals. 13.5 to 14-point favorite. But consider this, the dog is 13-1 against the spread in the Bengals games this season, and Cincinnati is 0-6 ATS as a favorite this year, and they've only won 1 game by 10 or more points. So Kansas City is a pathetic team, but you have to take that into consideration, and also consider that Kansas City is on an 8-3 ATS run as a double-digit dog, and the Chiefs have covered 3 of their last 4 on the road. Finally, New England laying points at home, about 8 against Jacksonville. You realize the Jaguars are 14-7 straight up, 17-4 ATS on the road with revenge with 9 consecutive covers, and they've got 2 extra days of prep time for this game. But my word of caution here, their last road game, 20-3 loss at San Francisco. Prior to that on the road, barely beat the Jets 24-22. Road game before that one, they got hammered by Tennessee 30-13. Guys, that will do it. I will talk to you again on Monday with my Monday night preview on Minnesota-Chicago. Good luck, and we'll talk to you then.